Wow, Ethan, great moves. Keep it up. Proud of you.
Yo, how's everybody doing? Your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, Fuzion Tony. Hoping you guys are doing well today. Alright, so today's gonna be more of a personal episode. So I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know who H3H3 is. Ethan and Gila Klein. Now I'm actually gonna be telling my personal story, not only me but the whole squad, on how we kind of grew up on Ethan, and this was like around like the mid 2000s era, when he was popping off. As of now, I will admit I have like a strong opposition towards him now because I don't really resonate with his content now. And it may not be only me, but a lot of his older fans have all, including me, have said that um, there's like two different Ethans now because they're totally different people, and I have to agree with that. And that being said, I'm going to keep it neutral and kind of tell you guys how we kind of found Ethan, how we look up to him, how we just like we were just high schoolers and we were following like the videos that Leafy, H3 would make. Like when Keemstar was always vile. I will admit that, but during that time it was a bit more different. There was still a bit of animosity, but it's not as toxic as it is now, as everybody's going after each other. So I pulled up this video, and what's funny is because this is made by Savage Mac, and he made it to bro, freaking super fat. Yeah, dude. I know, right? Yeah, I feel the same way. I'm just saying how we actually like we used to like Ethan, as a content creator, but now yeah, it's a decline. Like L3 L3. So yeah, like that's what I reminisce on a lot, like the videos. Like the videos we saw of them like this one I think yeah, Savage Mac put Michelle Obama in here, which is a reference to H3H3, but he actually put my name on it.
Wow, Tony. Great move. Keep it up. Proud of you.
So yeah, like we were heavily influenced by H3H3, but now it's just a hot mess. And what I could recall as well, the music, we would always make references. We would always like make the quotes that they would make, like "What up, big pimps," or "Babe Nash." And it just feels like you're just getting backstabbed. That's what it feels like. And yeah, a lot of us started seeing like the decline that Ethan was facing once he started that podcast. It was ridiculous, dude. But really, that was like our that's how we thought about it, like Jesus. And it's sad because he actually was struggling. Like I was looking at, and we'll probably look at the documentary or kind of how he fell from grace, but he actually was struggling, and he recalls a story of when he had to, sell weed just to get by, because it was during the recession, like the 2008 one, and like to what he is now is hypocritical and disappointed. I know I'm like repeating myself, but it's just like a hard thing to process. And I know Gideon was talking about this. Gideon was saying how he liked the old Ethan, and I know he kind of has an issue with him right now because Ethan is really condescending nowadays. And I'm not one for somebody to be like, "Oh, I miss the old this person. I miss like the old Kanye." No, I'm not that type. Like, if you guys want to evolve, like some people miss the old Bad Bunny, but I remember like the old Bad Bunny, people were dunking on him, and nowadays everybody loves him. It's just crazy how that game is. I'm all for you to evolve. Even like iDubbbz, his transition seems shady, and we also kind of like watch his stuff, and just seeing him be like being the arbiter of truth is just annoying. I don't really like that. So it's just crazy how a lot of these people we used to watch, they're pretty hypocritical now. They pretty much criticize like I'm sorry, I meant to rephrase that. They pretty much become what they criticize, which is stupid. Yeah, I don't get that. And decline. Bro, you just can't get over that. That was too good. Oh man. Yeah, but like the mid 2000s was a different time. Like I could recall like just keeping up with like the reactions and the skits he would make, and they were really lighthearted. But I don't know what it is, but when people move to LA, and if Ace Sampson sees this, I know you want to go to LA, but you're good where you are right now. You don't want to go to that cesspool. Like, goodness sake, no. But since he got to LA, he just like started dogging on all his friends. Like, PewDiePie, JonTron, what you call it? Even kind of like I don't like him star, but like the way he kind of brought him up in his podcast, and then he ratted out on him. It was ridiculous. And another point that I saw was that the way his videos were edited, they probably took out like the dumb takes that he currently makes, and this was probably like the real Ethan, the one we kind of see nowadays. So maybe since his older videos were like edited heavily, like it's just crazy. Like let me actually look up the H3 channel. Like we used to say Vape Nation all the time. Like Vape Nation, that was like our thing to do. Yeah, that was like 6 years ago. And even the time when he was like beefing with like Leafy, we all kind
Hey,
of like
what up,
switched
peeps? It's your
sides.
boy Ethan from
So honestly, it's such a weird kind of thing to process. Like yeah, like I'm still coping if I were to be honest with you.
H3H3, the son.
Favorite smoke shop in New York City to vape.
Yeah, when they were in New York, they were kind of like it kind of seemed a bit more homegrown. Is that if that makes any sense? But nowadays it's just like what is even is real? What were they like hiding in? Like oh god, like I don't even know. So yeah, that's like a thing I've kind of noticed, and like even as of recently, I don't really want to bring light to his podcast. Like I try to avoid his podcast. Sometimes I would watch a bit of it, but then I would cringe and just leave because it's really that bad. And they're not really nuanced, and they're really closed minded. And if you have like a different opinion, like Ethan just shuts you down. He like discredits you. He wants to act like he's like a arbiter of truth, but that is like not only does that discredit you, but that is just ridiculous. Let me see if I could like find that video. It was like downfall or something. Hold on. I know Sunny V2 made it. There's this one that's like 2 hours, but yeah, I want to watch this one.
Great. An ad break.
Runt, get a look at 1 gig internet.
Faster speeds means a better cadence.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, we'll watch this in a bit, but yeah, I'm pretty much explaining like how I pretty much feel like. Damn, it just sucks that you gotta switch teams now.
Hey, what's up? It's just me, Ethan, and my wife, Hila. We hit 50,000 subscribers. 300,000 subscribers, dude! We hit 1 million! We have hit 2 million subscribers. Our channel is doing much better than it's ever done. We just
Oh yeah, aren't they facing like they're facing like allegations that they stole, which is really ironic cuz they don't practice what they preach.
honestly can't thank you guys enough for all the love and support you guys have always shown us. And since we started, it's been a continuous growth. We love our community and we're just so grateful for you guys. The point we're trying to make is that it feels wrong to be taking your guys' money now. Welcome. We're so happy that you're here and that you're giving us a chance watching our videos. And, you know, God bless, man.
H3H3 has utterly lost his mind.
No sane person would ever want to have anything to do with you.
He's lost the plot.
Because you are so bitterly unattractive. You're obsessed with other people's masculinity.
Before I talk about how much I dislike Ethan now, I just want to say he used to be one of my favorite YouTube channels back in the day.
H3H3 has gone out of touch.
I'm a YouTuber with a flawless reputation.
Jeez, dude. How far are you removed from the YouTube community?
You might say, everybody loves me.
Are you just gonna be one of those, well, I've made it now, so forget everybody else people?
You see, some people tell me I've changed, and frankly, I don't know what they're talking about.
Why do we have a natural inclination to hate the accumulation of wealth? Why has millionaire or billionaire or any other label relating to an individual's level of wealth become a negative connotation? Why, when a sponsorship comes up in a YouTube video, do we get that compelling feeling to click onto any other garbage that YouTube has spat into the recommended column on the right-hand side? Is it the fact that seeing someone with more wealth makes us feel like we've come up short in some way?
Like, I kind of feel like it's harder for like creators to actually make original content because YouTube kind of just like puts that aside and they just want whatever's trending. It's kind of like the music industry, like they just put aside like music that has substance and they just put like fast food garbage.
Is it the fact that rich people are an easy target and putting them down seems to be somewhat of a dismissal for where we need to improve personally? Or is it simply the fact that deep down we know there's no shortcut to having wealth, therefore making it one of the only real indicators of an individual's ability to perform better than anyone else? Government policy, public protests, and more recently YouTube videos, all of which following a similar toxic narrative. The hatred of those with the ability to accumulate wealth. Certainly an
By the way, if you guys haven't heard Sunny V2, he's a really good documentary commentary type channel. You guys should definitely check him out. It's good stuff.
Underlying motive for the content creator we'll look at today. H3H3 Productions.
Honestly, I don't care if they get money. The problem is like if they let that wealth consume them and they become like this really unhappy, bitter person and they just want to drag everybody down their level. Hold up, guys.
Also known as Ethan and Ila, two long-time content creators who, despite once having a reputation as the greatest YouTube roasters of all time, have since descended their status, often labelled by former fans as being on the same level as the people they used to roast. What could have caused such a shift?
Exactly, that's the thing. Like you become the very thing you swore to destroy. Like how ironic is that? Like it just goes full circle.
Was it their change in demeanour from a chilled out couple to an angry, somewhat bitter pair of creators?
You are a vile slime of a human that nobody will ever want you because you're so pathetic.
Maybe you should calm down.
Was it the neglect of the channel that made them so famous in the first place?
We've pretty much...
I think Ela is more like level-headed, but I hate to like say it this way, but she's kind of like an accomplice in a way. Like I guess she tries to calm down Ethan, but when like Ethan is on his own, he just like spews out whatever he feels, and I think that's the problem. Like he can't really challenge thought.
Disappeared the past 3 or 4 months.
Were they changed by the insane level of income that they were bringing in? Was it a political problem?
Thinking of Joe versus Trump kind of like is gonna give me anxiety.
There are so many different elements worth analysing in this one, so I'd say it'll be an interesting story. Join me as we cover the downfall of almost everyone's at one point favourite YouTube couple, H3H3.
Bro, I gotta take a picture of chat. This is glorious.
Our story begins in somewhat of an unconventional location compared to our other downfall videos. We normally begin in a town or a city or simply an apartment, but for this one we actually begin in 2007 at a Jewish Holocaust museum located in Jerusalem, Israel, a place where an unknown Ethan Klein and Hila Hackman would meet for the first time.
And then I remember at the museum was the first time we like
Caught eyes. Or like, what up?
Ethan, having come to Jerusalem from the United States, went home by himself shortly after meeting Hila. However, they continued to talk on Skype up until 2009, at which point Hila would come back and stay with Ethan in the US, also stating that they were like a team from the second she came to stay with Ethan.
And I think we were teamed up from that first minute. We were like teamed up. Boy.
However, after living together for 1 year in the USA, Hila's visa expired, and she had to move back to Israel.
Her visa expired, we moved together to Israel.
Ethan, wanting to continue the relationship, decided to move with her to Israel and got a desk job in marketing and content management.
What was your desk job? What kind of job?
I was just a content manager.
However, after 5 years of slogging through the job, Ethan felt unsatisfied and wanted to pursue his true passion of comedy.
So 5 years working a job that I eventually wasn't satisfied. I want to do comedy, so let me do something about it.
Now this happened to line up with Hila studying video art, who at the time was given an assignment to make a video about addiction, and she needed someone to be in the videos.
Sorry, I'm just like posting out like the the live stream so more people could like you know, hop on. Oh god. I can't believe he posted that, bruh. Okay, I gotta put on Twitter. Let's see who else could come. Yeah. Bro, I gotta put Twitter fingers on this. Yeah. Goodness sake. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to keep this stream consistent for today.
So Ethan volunteered.
We have to make a video for my art class about addiction. I'm like, okay, let's do it. I'll do this.
Ethan and Hila then created their first ever video for Hila's video art class in May 2011, titled Chocolate, attempting to abstractly display the concept of addiction. This first video was accompanied by the creation of the H3H3 Productions YouTube channel
Bruh, I joined 2009, so I beat him to it.
on the 30th of April 2011, which was created on the very first day of Hila's video art class.
We made the channel together. The first day, Hila had a video art class.
The name H3H3 is often translated as he with 3's instead of e's, however this isn't entirely accurate. The name actually came from the initials of both Ethan and Hila.
Because Hila's name is Hila Hackman, and my middle name is Edward, so it was Ethan Edwards. So just E-E-H-H, and we said, hey, he.
And that was that. As of May 2011, they are officially content creators for YouTube. Two oddballs in Israel with nothing standing in the way of becoming whoever they wanted to be. However, there was just one minor issue. An issue that almost 100% of content creators face when they first begin. Their videos sucked.
I mean, our early videos are so off the wall, dude. Like unwatchable, so I'm not surprised at all that nobody watched them.
Lack of video context, no real subject in most videos, incorrect settings.
What is that? Why is it in 4x3, Ela?
So, because I had no idea what export means.
All factors ultimately leading to no one watching their content. On top of this, their videos had no real target audience or niche, so viewers had no idea what to expect when watching an H3H3 video.
Yeah, that's what sucks. Like, they came from humble beginnings. L3 takes 5. The take where he said working. Oh yeah, let me find that one. Let me see. Like, dude, I spelled his name wrong. Is it this one? There was like a hard style, like Giga Chat one where it kind of like. Oh, my bad. He's like, life's too short to exercise.
Life's too short to exercise. I'm just gonna be honest. There are so many better things to do than exercise. We have finite time on this earth. And like, this is what I'm saying. The exercise is such a conspiracy. They go, let's say you spend an hour on a treadmill every day.
Money, Ethan.
It's not a conspiracy.
Let me explain why it's a conspiracy. You spend an hour on a treadmill every day.
Yeah.
Somebody get out a calculator. Okay, let's say you live to be 85.
Okay, 85 years old.
And you're exercising every day since 15 years old.
So, 70 years of exercise.
70 years. So 70 times 365 and an hour every day. How many hours?
25,500.
Divided by 24.
1,064 days.
Divided by 365.
It's 14
What are we
pages.
doing?
It's just a little under 3 years. Under
3 fucking years.
He's
of your
making an
life
excuse just
walking
not
a
to
treadmill.
exercise.
Yeah, but
On page
Jesus.
14.
here's the thing: will that exercise extend your life more than 3 years?
No.
It very well may.
Goodness sake. Oh yeah, this one. I want to see this one. But he gets fat shamed.
What's my location?
I'm sleepy, literally, and I'm starving. I've been on a diet.
Oh, this is the podcast highlights. Yeah, no. I know, right? It helps you live longer. I'm trying to go, like, I'm going on a streak of going to the gym all day. I'm trying to, but I'm trying to go as much as possible.
However, here's what H3H3 did right. They had no
I know,
expectation
right?
for views or getting famous or anything along those lines, really.
There was nothing at stake. There was no
You wanna be mod? Fine, you
delusions
could be
of
mod.
grandeur. There was no expectation at all.
Which is excellent, as when there's no expectation, it's not like you're going to give up straight away, considering you never expected to get anywhere anyway. By May 2013, 2 years after beginning to create content, H3H3 had achieved a grand total of 275 subscribers, a number that would have made many creators give up, but not Ethan and Ela. Their lack of expectation as well as their passion for making the videos ensured that their fuel tank was always sitting at full. And perhaps this unconditional love for creating videos would finally start to pay off after 2 years, as in May 2013, H3H3 would begin their first series that would go on to provide them with their first piece of proper success on the YouTube platform. On the 12th of May 2013, H3H3 Productions would upload a video titled Warm It Up EXE, That's a 10.
That's a 10.
This video was somewhat similar to many of the other rising meme videos at the time, basically making a joke out of a serious video with ridiculous edits and bizarre sound design. This video, shown in a screenshot from December 2000.
Oh, come on.
2013 got a whopping 238,000 views in the first 6 months of being uploaded, taking H3H3's total subscriber count from 275 to over 1,000 in October 2013, approximately 2.5 years after initially creating the channel.
It took us like 2 years to get, I think, 1,000 subscribers.
In case you didn't notice, we broke 1,000 subscribers. Wow, that's a lot of people, huh?
Then pretty much like any other content creator in the beginning, H3H3 Productions just kind of continued to do what worked previously. So the H3H3 Productions channel began to upload a bunch of different EXE.
And we used to watch like videos like this like crazy.
videos, kind of following a similar style to the one that blew up initially. This ultimately resulted in subscriber growth for the channel. However, by May 2014, Ethan and Hila would have never expected the level to which their channel was about to explode in popularity, all beginning with a single video titled How to Kiss H3H3 reaction video.
Guys, we got a special video on board here today. It's a tutorial about how to make out
the H3H3 reaction series. The series or video type that would
yes.
absolutely explode them into stardom. Now, while these days it seems like every YouTuber and their dog has done a reaction series at some point, back in early 2014, reaction videos were a completely unknown genre.
In the beginning, when we were making reaction videos, I don't know if we were the only ones doing it, but it seemed like at the time.
Yeah.
And it was like open range, it was open fields.
Recently, it seems as though reaction videos are mainly used as a filler for when content creators have nothing to talk about, but the original concept for H3H3's reaction videos was actually birthed out of Ethan's genuine outrage for how bad the videos were.
And everyone was circle jerking about how great this video was, and I was like angry. I was like, this video is so stupid.
This first kissing video reaction performed so well that it led to another reaction.
Here today with another reaction video.
Then another reaction.
First, here's the culprit.
He's got a bandana, so he's a little bit metal, you know, he's a little bit edge.
Eventually taking over as the main type of content on the channel. The audience loved the reaction videos for Ethan's over-the-top, relentless barrage of genuine anger towards the stupidity in each video that he was reviewing.
Well, you know the show's gonna be good when you got a guy, when the man behind the curtain's name is Dick Wolf. And who could forget his accomplice, co-producer, Speed Weed. Can we get some Emmys for Dick Wolf and Speed Weed?
And the pool of different videos to react to was so right.
Yeah, we used to watch those. Like, yeah, this nostalgic, like, just watching all these videos was crazy. They were actually funny too.
Antonio, Prank Invasion, OCTV, a time in YouTube's history when you didn't really have to be a truthful individual to get views. However, as fake pranksters and disingenuous gurus rose in popularity, so did H3H3, being ready to call them out on their lack of authenticity whenever a video was posted. The H3H3 reaction videos caused Ethan and Hila to go from 5,000 subscribers in May 2014 to 50,000 only 5 months later in October 2014. However, this would only be the beginning. By October 2015, 1 year later, the couple was at 300,000 subscribers. Then 1 million only 5 months after that.
You may have heard that we hit 1 million!
H3H3 Productions had gone from 5,000 subscribers to 1 million in a space of only 22 short months.
The third year, I think by the end of the third year, we probably had 1 million subscribers.
So wait, so between year 2 and year 3?
Am I wrong?
However, it wasn't all smooth sailing for Ethan and Hila. In around October 2016, just after hitting 2.5 million subscribers, very early signs began to show up here and there, hinting at an impending downfall for H3H3.
A lot of people have been complaining recently that our videos suck and that they hate us.
After 2.5 years of making H3H3 reaction videos, one thing was for certain. There wasn't nearly as much content to dunk on by late 2000.
Yeah, like around like 2018, like they started going more on their podcasts and
16.
More people started doing it, and the pool of stuff just starts running dry. There's not that much stuff that you can lampoon.
The pool was running dry. And I think this explanation is completely justified if I'm honest. If you guys remember YouTube back in 2014 and 15, there was so much content that you could roast. But by late 2016, early 2017, the cringe had almost completely disappeared and genuine effortful content began to take center stage on the platform. Now this was great for the YouTube platform, but as for the quality of H3H3's videos, this was a negative, because simply put, there was just less content to roast. Ethan and Hila had explained that on some occasions they would work all month to make 3 reaction videos, only to scrap them as they didn't think that they were good enough.
We made 3 reaction videos, almost to completion, and we scraped all of them.
Finally, the H3H3 channel had grown to such a size where they had potential to do serious damage to any content creator that was called out.
Since our channel started to get bigger, it's like the person you choose to talk about is gonna have a hard time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Regardless, whatever we said, this was the bottom line. By late 2016, the circumstances for the video style that had made them so famous in the first place were beginning to change. Not exactly the greatest scenario for any content creator. However, things weren't all that bad. I stated to be the early sign of the downfall, but H3H3's long backlog of videos was still causing fairly tremendous subscriber growth for the channel. And as they say, sometimes when one door closes, another one opens. Because only 2 months after making this video explaining why the reaction videos were slowing down, Ethan and Hila would launch a new project for their YouTube channel. A project that would increase their notoriety dramatically. A project providing the audience with the ability to learn extensively from individuals who previously had not shared their stories.
Bro, like, he dogged out PewDiePie, JonTron, like, all these people he would consider friends, he just, like, dogged them out like that. That's stupid.
And of course, a project that would go on to create levels of controversy that Ethan and Hila would have never been able to expect. We're of course talking about the H3 podcast.
They know. They know Chipotle buys over 30 million pounds of local produce a year to support local farmers. And that these fajita veggies were cut, seasoned, and grilled fresh today. But you don't need to know all that to know that real food just tastes better. Chipotle, for real.
Ever since Taylor started looking for a new cashback credit card, she's been freezing up.
I got this. Or you could try NerdWallet, which has side-by-side comparisons to help find the best credit card for you.
Ooh, thanks.
NerdWallet, the smartest decision for all your financial decisions.
In the beginning, the podcast was awesome. The only other real big podcaster at the time was Joe Rogan, who would never interview YouTubers like Boogie2988 or Joey Salads, so the H3 podcast was there to fill that gap. We finally had that opportunity to get an insight into the mindset of some of YouTube's greats in long-form format. The podcast, as well as H3's extensive backlog of legendary reaction videos, caused the channel to grow by around 300,000 subscribers.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I like the podcast at first, but then I'll just let the video explain.
Subscribers per month in late 2016. But while their notoriety was skyrocketing, it would ironically be the same time that their reputation began to decline rapidly. As the popularity of the podcast increased, one thing was noticed by the fans of H3H3 Productions. The content on the main channel was beginning to be neglected. H3H3 Productions went from 1 video per week to around 1 or 2 per month, with the H3 podcast taking its place by pumping out regular episodes. Now, in a low-resolution context, this wasn't such a bad thing. H3 was still uploading videos, just on a different channel. However, the reality of how the audience felt at the time was something more like, we can see that you're neglecting well-thought-out, selfless content on the main channel for high-earning, low-entertainment content on the podcast channel. This kind of mind frame caused fans to begin losing respect for Ethan and Hila.
Oh God, it's like I've seen this comment like 1,000 times since we started doing the podcast regularly, that I've lost all respect for you.
Ethan claimed to think that people were losing respect for him due to making minor research errors in the podcast.
Some of your research wasn't performed at the best it could. I've lost all respect for you. Yeah, I'm triggered, so what?
However, I think the underlying reality was that people began to lose respect for the fact that he...
Dude, I noticed, just like Deaf Noodles, he can't take criticism. Like, if you just say you're not funny, he gets, like, literally triggered like his meme. But it's not in the funny way.
He had chosen the podcast, a low-effort, high-income video type over his former high-effort, low-income reactionary video type. From that point onwards, it was obvious that his audience slowly turning against him began to have somewhat of an impact on Ethan. Ethan began to seem more angry, sensitive, and serious. Somewhat of a depressing fact considering that Ethan had always been known as the most carefree dude on the platform. This element was then somewhat cemented when H3H3 Productions would upload a video in January 2018 titled Where Have We Been? This video addressed Ethan and Hila's lack of content on the main channel.
It's pretty obvious that we've ghosted out on YouTube. We've pretty much disappeared the past 3 or 4 months. We post like occasionally.
But most importantly, the decline of Ethan's emotional state as observed by the fans.
Towards the end of last year, started to realize like I had become a worse person. All of a sudden I was like grouchier, more arrogant, more cynical.
Ethan and Hila then signed off the video by stating that they wanted to get back to the place they were previously by uploading more regularly on H3H3 Productions.
I want to come back to our community that I love and have fun. I just want to have fun again.
And they honoured this statement by spending 6 months uploading somewhat regularly to the channel, but included in these somewhat regular uploads was a video that would be somewhat of an indicator about the change in their YouTube mind frame.
So this person wrote H3H3 is transphobic 8 times in response to my tweet, and it has 300 retweets and 1,000 likes.
In April 2018, 4 months after apologising for not uploading, H3H3 Productions then uploaded a video titled "I'm sorry if you were offended." In this video, Ethan addressed a Twitter situation involving many people calling him transphobic for making a minor joke about being Ellen.
Underneath, I said, my name is Ellen. I'm changing my name from Ethan to Ellen.
Now, while respectably Ethan didn't apologise for what he said,
my intention wasn't to be offensive, so can you just accept it on that face value? If you're looking for an apology, you're not going to get it.
It was still somewhat obvious in his body language that people calling him out was having somewhat of an effect on him. Now, this was just kind of depressing for the former fans of his. Ethan had literally gained notoriety for being able to make a joke out of these kinds of people.
That's deplorable and should not be allowed anywhere.
He literally became this, which took me, it just was so unexpected, if I were to be honest.
Like, they should be banned.
He literally grew his audience through demolishing people like idiotic social justice warriors and the easily offended transgender community. The Ethan Klein from 2 years previously would have likely made a video memeing the offended tweeters, while the present Ethan was sitting in front of a camera defending himself for what he said on Twitter. This was all alongside another Twitter incident where Ethan was once again justifying himself for tweeting out something to do with someone getting cancelled, both being changes that clearly represented the adjustment in Ethan's way of thinking. And it wasn't only the fans noticing this adjustment in thinking, so did other YouTubers, with Diesel Patches uploading a video 3 months after Ethan's apology video, basically saying what everyone was thinking at the time.
2015 was probably his golden age. But now Ethan is a shadow of his former self.
This was accompanied by another video at a later date by YouTuber Christopher Tom, who highlighted somewhat of a point to do with Ethan's priority of money over video quality.
After 3 months of not posting to the main channel, they came back with an ad for a freemium game that had microtransactions.
After 3 months of not uploading, H3H3 released a 2-minute video which was nothing besides an advertisement for their new mobile app. Now, while the audience didn't mind the fact that they made a mobile game, the classic H3 audience had waited 3 months for a new upload only to have an advertisement thrown in their face. Somewhat of an abstract display that Ethan and Ela saw no reason for the H3H3 channel besides for advertising. These various actions caused the subscriber count on H3H3 Productions to stagnate by December 2019. An interesting discovery considering they were still getting 10 million views per month without gaining any subscribers. Which leads us into the madness of 2020, somewhat of an extraordinarily controversial year.
Oh god.
In April 2020, H3H3 was called out by some ordinary gamers, basically for the fact that Ethan apparently said it was selfish for Jeff Bezos to only donate $100 million to the pandemic, despite the fact that Ethan was extremely rich himself and had not donated anything.
This is an individual that shits on other people's for how little they donate, while also doing the exact same themselves.
Ethan later debunked the claim, showing that Mudaha from some ordinary gamers was incorrect.
And I said, yo, these happened 15 days before Jeff Bezos ever donated, so obviously it would be temporarily impossible for me to have donation shamed him.
However, possibly one of the biggest mistakes Ethan made in this video was displaying his level of wealth to the YouTube audience.
You may have noticed our beautiful LA mansion. And no, it's not a set.
I don't know if you should be like, I know your address is public, but just showing it off like that, yeah.
It's really where we live.
Now, while the intro was clearly somewhat of a meme, it was still an honest representation of how much money he had. And while the money itself was somewhat enviable, the bigger question was, why does every H3H3 reaction video now have to have sponsors and ads in it if they have so much money? Now, this is somewhat of a stupid assumption, honestly. Everyone knows that deep down, no matter how much money you have, you'll always want more. But it was like, why not just leave the podcast, which was clearly making insane amounts of money, as the main cash cow while leaving H3H3 Productions as an unsponsored channel for the sake of the art? Regardless, publicly displaying their level of wealth seemed to be somewhat of a long-term negative for the goodwill of Ethan and Ela. Then, following this whole fiasco, the notorious beef between H3H3 and Keemstar would begin, initially on Twitter, then transitioning over to YouTube after H3H3 Productions.
And it's still going to this day. Like, that beef is still alive, and that's because he still decides to keep it and act bitter.
would upload the video titled Content Nuke Keemstar, basically highlighting all the awful things done by Keemstar throughout his career, somewhat of a sequel to iDubbbz's Keemstar Content Cop posted 4 years previously.
Bro, like, Ethan and iDubbbz, some of the biggest disappointments.
Keemstar then returned the video.
Like, I get if you want to transition, but this way is, like, way too shady.
Doing a similar thing, and the rest played out like pretty much any other YouTube beef. The most interesting part about this whole thing now that it's over is the subscriber count of each individual. As soon as the video was released by H3H3, Keemstar lost 110,000 subscribers, but since has called back to having more subscribers than he had before it was released. Which is barely any surprise really, he's literally the unnukable YouTube cockroach. Meanwhile, if we look at H3H3's graph, almost the opposite happened.
And yeah, Keem has done some like nasty stuff, like he said mental health was a hoax. He's done like a lot of vile stuff, like he like kind of enabled Etika as well. He's not innocent, but like Ethan isn't innocent either.
H3H3 gained 30,000 subscribers off the bat, but has since lost 100,000 since posting the video, possibly signalling at the current state of the H3 reputation. So, like all of these downfall videos, we'll end by asking the golden question. What caused the downfall of H3H3 Productions? Well, I think we could probably all agree. The real reason that H3H3's reputation has had such a tremendous downfall has basically been Ethan's transition from a carefree, no apologies type guy whose sole goal was to expose and roast the idiots that we all hate like SJWs and fake pranksters, to a guy who clearly has a deep concern for his own reputation, now somewhat controlled by the very individuals he used to roast by having
Exactly, and he became one of them too.
To apologize for any minor incorrect behavior. At the end of the day, who cares about the money? Who cares how rich he is? Who cares how many sponsorships he puts in his videos? If you dislike him for that, I think that's kind of pathetic and shallow. But what I do think is justified is not liking him for how much he cares about his own reputation. What happened to the Ethan that literally could not care less about what anybody had to say about him? What happened to the Ethan that would just laugh it off when anyone called him a transphobe? What happened to the Ethan who was just on YouTube to have a good time? The whole aspect of H3H3's financial status is not a negative thing in itself, but having to show it on his channel somewhat highlights the insecure person that he's transitioned into. And that's what people have come to hate.
Bro, like the fact they got like a 6-car garage with some Porsche is... I can't.
The insecurity, not the financial stability. But at the same time, it's so hard to sit here and say that it's all negative. How much good information and life advice from creators...
Oh my god, not Jordan Peterson, like... I get what Jordan Peterson does is cringe, but like the fact like Ethan is dunking on him, like he's dealing with loss, and I'm sure that's taking a mental toll on him. But like the fact that Ethan is like getting on him on his most vulnerable is stupid, and then he's getting his little minions to do the same thing with him.
Podcast. How much free entertainment has been uploaded by Ethan and Ela over their 9 years on YouTube? I would genuinely credit H3H3 with transforming YouTube into much more of a genuine place. If you did fake prank...
Yeah, like I can't express like that golden age like around well, truthfully, like the golden age was around like the early 2010s. You know, when videos were made more homegrown, but I think also like around the mid 2010s, that's when it also started getting good as well. Like it was just like more carefree, not giving a damn, but now like they just feel like they gotta curate everything and just like um and just like suck up to the audience, which I understand to a certain extent. You gotta improve and grow with your audience and also like mature, but like I said, this way is done so shady. Like there's better ways to do that and not like put others down, and those being the same one you used to put down, and you just decide to turn into them and put others down.
pranks back in the day or were untruthful in any way, there was always that chance of being called out by H3H3 Productions. Maybe H3H3 and Keemstar are more like each other than they realise, both being somewhat of an abstract mediator for scumbag behaviour on the platform. And I'd argue that over the
Yeah, they're like really similar. Like, there's not that much different between them two.
long run, Ethan and Hila have provided infinitely more positive than they have negative, but as highlighted in this video, there's certainly still room for improvement.
And this video kind of hits hard, I'm not gonna lie. I like the way it was formatted, kind of like starting from when they started from the bottom to like him like going on these unhinged rants. Like, goodness sake. And the way he ends it with the music, which is their theme, like a more jazzy rendition, like damn. And he makes like such a good point, and this kind of helps you on what to do as a creator, what not to turn into, and always hold yourself accountable. Like if I do something stupid, I'm gonna be upfront. That's why I want to live stream more, because you know it's a bit more raw, and you know you could like check yourself before you wreck yourself. Yeah, if you guys haven't, you guys should check out Sunny V2. Subscribe. Like he puts out like amazing work in these documentaries. I think I posted something here. Calling Keemstar unnukable YouTube cockroach. Yeah, because I do remember like a lot of us used to like we used to mob on Keemstar and try to a lot of people, I didn't do this, but a lot of people try to deplatform him and say he was this terrible person, which he is, but then he would say he would quit, but then he would come back. Like, dude couldn't make up his mind, and he still can't. Not only has the podcast seemingly declined, but he often makes some of the worst takes he can without bothering to look further into anything happening in the real world. Though the opposite for YouTube drama. Yeah, that's so true. Like it was somewhat tolerable, but now I can't even watch anything because it's not level headed and it's just hella aggressive, and god man. Yeah, like LA is something else. I don't know what LA does, but there's probably like a negative aura that makes you go crazy. There was something else I wanted to react. Oh, their current scandal. Hold on. Is it Bull Blacks? Yeah, I think it's Bull Blacks. Here we go. Oh yeah, like I want to react to like Deaf Noodles like on a separate stream. Like I know he has his event coming up like in a few weeks.
Trading electric and autonomous vehicles? You love the ups. Can you handle the downs? Daily 2.
So a couple weeks ago, the YouTuber Salvo Pancakes created a Twitter thread showing examples of merch designs that look to be copied and stolen by Ethan and Hila Klein's merch
And this
company,
is currently
Fresh.
happening right
Here
now.
are the examples he gave. I don't know the logistics behind all of these designs, as I don't work for the company, but from the untrained eye, it looks pretty stolen. I mean, here the Etsy design and the Teddy Fresh design have the exact same bears in the exact same positions, and when comparing this PS3 box art to the Flame Bear Teddy Fresh t-shirt, you can see that in the Teddy Fresh version, they didn't even bother to remove the water coming from the bear's paw in the PS3 box.
There's no honor among thieves. Like, they call out other people, but they wreck themselves.
Art, and you can see that one of the bear's arms is cut off on the Teddy Fresh shirt, where the logo would start appearing on the box art. So Keemstar reported this on his Snapchat version of Drama Alert, and then Ethan Klein decided to respond to that on an episode of his podcast. And the reaction to said response wasn't positive in the slightest, with even his own fans criticizing him, and I personally thought that what he was saying in it was so ridiculous that I decided to create an impromptu stream to react to it all. Here is what Ethan said, and my reaction to it. So, years ago, in 2020, Ethan Klein digs into James Charles, fucking greases up James Charles's cheeks, right? For stealing the color block hoodie design.
It's exactly the same hoodie. I'm having a hard time with his merch because it's the exact same design as Hila's. It's literally exactly the same. Well, the people I saw who are in denial about it I think they didn't look too close. It's literally a carbon copy.
Let's watch it. Let's just watch this, man.
Yeah, so apparently, this is kind of crazy. Keemstar is on Snapchat trying to destroy my life, basically. He's trying to bait me into responding so that he can try to get me, like, the second community strike, because we have one currently.
They are doing the extreme stretch, the extreme cope of saying
hold on, I'm
that
blocking
because Keemstar is reporting on accusations of plagiarism, which, if you look at the images side by side, it's just as credible, if not more credible, than the allegations of plagiarism that Ethan so heavily pushed against James Charles all those years ago. Obviously, Keem is biased against H3, and he's going to go to small creators like Savo Pancakes in order to find news about H3 to report. But, look at this! It's the same, dude! I feel like Keem will report on this regardless of his past with Ethan or not. Like, big content creator with a big multi-million-dollar merch brand is...
He does have, like, fans calling him out, but there's still some that want to defend him really badly.
Allegedly plagiarizing all this stuff.
I can't tell you guys how pathetic this man is. So he's on Snapchat trying to bait me into talking about him so that he can report me to YouTube again for bullying him. And this is a 40-year-old man who's reporting people to YouTube for bullying. And
dude, you're around the same age.
But listen to the kind of shit he says about me. He's accusing Teddy Fresh of horrible shit, right? On Snapchat.
Horrible shit. Plagiarism. If it's so horrible, why do you do it? Look at this shit. It's the same. If it's so horrible, make it different. Do something else. Like, make the bear smile or something. Like, take the hat off. Like, do something, dude. Do something. It's the exact
no
same.
honor among thieves.
It's the exact same. If it's so horrible, why are you like fucking tracing it? Like copy paste, bro. Like, this looks the same. Like,
bro, I feel bad for the Etsy artists because they're literally what's the word, starving artists, and they do some shady ish like this. It's, God, please help us all.
Like, just do something different. I don't know. I'm gonna be real. I can't imagine there being a coincidence where it's the same bear in the same pose with the same fucking overalls with the same heart on it, with the same checkerboard pattern on the heart, with the same oval behind it, with the same dots. Well, the only difference is that one's like checkerboard and one's just dots like floating, and then one has dots around it or whatever, so it is slightly different. But like, I legitimately can't imagine this being a coincidence. It's too similar. It's literally too similar. And if it's so bad to plagiarize, right, to the point where you're calling out fucking James Charles, going fucking nutso on James Charles.
He's like, I confirm that he didn't steal from Teddy Fresh. Fucking quack-ass bitch.
But now I always make sure to do it.
Okay, shut up, liar.
Which looks more similar, this or this? And he went ham on James Charles. He went ham. It wasn't just this tweet.
They look like the feet of someone who steals merch. Horrible shit, right?
Horrible shit. If it's so horrible, why did you do it?
Goodness sake, dude.
The experiences we never forget come from the choices we make. The Wagoneer.
Come on, Susan. Why do you gotta do these double
Grand
unskippables?
adventures. The choice is yours.
As experts in online education, Purdue
Okay, I could skip
University
this
Global
one.
gives you all the flexibility you need.
Come on, Susan. You could do better.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't get it
it's
either,
too
dude.
similar to be a coincidence. And maybe by some miracle it is a coincidence, right? But even then, don't pay attention to it and defend.
They're always advertising like job postings, but what did the designers actually do? It must be like the easiest job, but like they can't even retain employees because their Glassdoor reviews say that they leave like 1 or 2 years.
Yourself because you look too guilty. H3 fans aren't watching Keemstar's Snapchat. Let's be real. H3 fans think Keemstar is literal Hitler.
The guy with
They're
the funny
not
mustache,
watching
yeah.
his Snapchat things, and they're sure as hell not following Salvo Pancakes on Twitter. No offense, Salvo's gonna be big one day, but not right now. So why even address it? Why even bring attention to it? Now, obviously, the right thing to do is to bring attention to it. But when is H3 known for doing the right thing?
Ever.
He's known for doing the petty thing, the most self-serving thing. Be like every other YouTuber, be self-serving, and don't address this. Although, the fact that you did address this makes it really funny for me to watch. So I'm down. I'm personally down.
Anyway, here's what he posted on Snapchat.
Dude, and he's using Keemstar just to like deflect.
Podcast co-host Gila and Ethan Klein are under fire. Now, this podcast criticizes other people in the community, and these two recently have been criticized against their clothes.
Bro, just
Wait. Does Keemstar have that on Snapchat? Hold on, I gotta look that up. Oh my god, yeah, he has it on Snapchat. Hold on. Is this like his like TikTok or something? I got no idea. Oh, you could sub to it and he just like shows. Hold on. I gotta check this out. Bro, I forgot I followed DJ Khaled. Oh yeah, he does have it. Oh my god. This man Keem is on some different ish.
Just the production of this is insane. Crazy ass production music. Also, he goes, "They're under fire." Watch. He literally pulled a tweet from some account with like 300 likes that he probably influenced to, or just outright like paid them to post that shit.
Why would he pay them? Salvo is a small streamer. He's calling out a huge creator with something that legitimately looks scummy. He would want to do it for clout. Why would Keem have to pay him for that? It's clout. It's free clout. People want to expose bigger YouTubers on the internet, especially when it's legitimate, to get attention onto themselves, as well as raise awareness for the issue that the creator is posing. Why would... Does he actually believe that? Half the time, I don't know if Ethan's making a joke about Keem, or if he's like trying to make like a semi-serious accusation.
He'll have someone else do it and then report on it, so he has no accountability.
Yeah, I think he's being serious right now.
All the time. This guy is so slimy.
This is just...
He has like this vendetta and he just can't keep Keem out of his mouth. Like I sometimes get like highlights and it's just about Keemstar and like nobody else is talking about him.
5 minutes of coke. Point blank. You got exposed for this. Now talk about this. Not blame it on Keemstar. Keemstar wasn't even the person who came out with the allegation. The video should be going after Salvo Pancakes. But no, he has to make it about Keem and Keem's obsession with him and their whole, like, tie it into their whole, like, half a decade long feud in order to try and deflect from the accusations that are being put against him, which is that this is a much bigger copy than anything you accused James Charles for. Let's be honest, it isn't just about the plagiarism, it's hypocrisy, right? If you're gonna fucking make designs that look very similar, whether it be coincidence or not coincidence, I actually don't know, legitimately. You can't also go and be like, oh, James Charles is stealing my shit, especially when James Charles' shit, like, it had sisters on it, like, it had, like, different tones.
What's going on with the setup?
What'd you say? Oh, what's with the setup?
Roll it back a little bit.
Why is he in a bar?
He's in a bar. He's got.
By the way, let me just say this before we proceed.
Make fun of his stupid face! It's right there, dude! It's right there! His bulging eyes talking about fucking drama as a 40-year-old man, dude! Make fun of it! Oh my god, why are you commenting on the fucking background, dude? It's so fucking random, dude. This guy is literally, like, fucking having his
They want to avoid the topic so bad, like, goodness sake.
eyes bulging out by the fact that you copied some teddy bears! Make fun of that shit!
No comments on his intrinsic characteristics.
Really? Really? The same guy?
Wait, they downloaded that video of Keemstar. Did you guys notice that? Damn, they really be stalking this dude. They're really obsessed with him.
You copied some teddy bears! Make fun of that shit!
No comments on his intrinsic characteristics.
Really? Really? The same guy who fucking made a whole goddamn video destroying Trisha Paytas' Instagram. What? Isn't this the same guy who, like, made this video? Like, wait, what? And that video was funny. I like that video.
I think, yeah, the message of the video was like, how, like, these, like, fake influencer, like, images, like, if they alter, like, their body image, how it's unhealthy to kind of reach this unrealistic standards. Like, same thing could be, like, if anybody, like takes steroids to get more muscles without, like, you know, taking, like, precautions. Like, God.
Dude, you've been beefing for fucking, like...
But now it's kind of looking bad because, like, he doesn't practice what he preaches now.
half a decade, bro. Just fucking call him an ugly motherfucker.
Hey, that's the rule.
He's at a bar. He's got a broadcast mic and headphones on, but he seems to be recording on a cell phone.
Is that right? Oh my god, you're right.
That doesn't make any sense.
Odd.
What great commentary. This is the co-host, guys. This is the co-host H3 hired and pays.
That doesn't look right. That doesn't look right.
Wait, isn't Dan? I think Dan is his producer. I just hate how they always, like, suck off Ethan and, like, they just, like, they're yes men, and when they kind of, like, say something different Ethan is thinking, like, they kind of, like, retract it back and say, oh, okay, no, you're right. Like, goodness sake.
How boring this motherfucker saying.
That doesn't make any sense.
Odd.
That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense.
This is what I was saying at the fucking beginning of the stream. How do people enjoy the H3 podcast? It has to be that they have nothing else. It has to be that they haven't
That's
seen
exactly.
any other shows.
And why in a
That's
bar?
my theory. I think they're, like, so bored, like, this is, like, the only thing they could cope with.
Man.
The setup is a bit weird. By the way, this is all a deflection from the accusation. This is about the Teddy Fresh accusation. Let me remind you guys. This is about the Teddy Fresh accusations. The copying and pasting of Teddy Fresh. And he's 6 minutes in. He's just commenting on the background because he's stalling. He is stalling. Just like I stall a lot because I like to talk a lot. But the reasons for each stalling is different. And I'm speculating. But I'm allowed to speculate because I'm a smaller YouTuber and you guys like me and no one likes Ethan. Regardless,
same thing with me,
doesn't
dude.
make much sense. What is your background? You're in a forest. You have a bunny rabbit, an inflatable fucking pineapple, a random ass puddle, and
I
a
got
fucking
a
in the
green
middle of
screen.
the wilderness. We all know you don't go outside. It's called H3 TV. You're online. You're in your studio. At least Keemstar doesn't pretend to go outside in his videos. He's inside. You are pretending to be outdoors, and we've already seen how fat you are, motherfucker. We know you ain't going outside. We know you ain't going outside. So shut the fuck up.
God, please. This is too much.
Forget.
Bro, shout out Bull Blacks. Dude's been based lately.
The Wagoneer. Or the Grand Wagoneer. Grand Adventures. The choice is yours.
It's time to break up with your basic cleanser. Get with Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Cleansing Gel. Ooh.
I love streaming.
He's got a broadcast mic and
I'm starting to
headphones
love
on,
streaming,
but
too.
he seems to be recording on a cell phone.
Imagine if I commented on streams in the same way Dan did. This is what a Dan stream would be like.
It seems like that, H3 right now is using a microphone and has a laptop. It actually looks like he's using a green screen right now. It actually looks like he's, recording at an angle to, you know, make himself look slimmer than he actually is, as we've, seen, you know. It looks like he's, these motherfuckers get paid salaries for this, man!
I don't know what the goal is.
And
but-
why in a bar, man? You're making content for kids and you're in a bar.
Making content for kids?
He's never...
Where did that come from? What? You're making content for lazy people who sit inside all day.
Dude, like, I do get there's, like, a younger fan base, but, like, just saying it's kids content, Keem has never been for kids, bruh. He's just been, like, for angsty teens. That's been his whole demographic from the get-go.
Doors, what's that?
What is this meant to make you look cool? That there's alcohol behind you?
I mean, it's his basement bar, right?
Yeah,
That we saw in his house
I recognize
tour.
that place.
The Keemstar Foods.
Yeah,
movie.
he recognizes it. He recognizes it because, dude, H3 knows so much about Keem, man. He knows every.
They're
little
stalking
detail.
him.
He's got that shit on lock. He knows the Keemstar's new girlfriend, Brantley. He knows her birthday. He knows her birth second, bro. He knows what she likes to eat. He knows what Keemstar likes to eat for breakfast. He knows too much, man.
The audio is slightly delayed, or it almost looks dark.
I'm so done. The audio is slightly delayed. Talk about the allegations!
Talk about the allegations!
Talk about this is why I'm watching. I don't give a fuck about Keemstar's audio levels. The audio levels right now on my stream.
I had to say it. I was waiting for this moment.
Talk about the allegation. What audio levels? We're 7 minutes in, bro.
Bruh,
We're
they're trying to
7 minutes
stall and just avoid the
in.
topic.
Okay, I'm sorry for that scream. I just wanted to be eccentric. I'm not actually mad. I just wanted to be eccentric. I'm just having fun. I'm sorry, guys. If that shit's cringe and me screaming like that's cringe, just tell me. I'm not gonna fucking bore you guys like H3. Feedback. I'm fine with feedback. You know, I need a home Minecraft as an entertainer. If that was too much, let me know. Let me know. All right. I know this is a very different Bulblax than what you guys are used to on Twitter versus. Oh, we have Caleb in the chat. You were genuinely sad, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm always on Twitter Space. Y'all could always like catch me like doing studio sessions there.
You look like Master Splinter, and you're commenting on someone else's appearance. Ethan talks slow and got way fatter because he's on antidepressants too. You're just
That's
a dick.
true. Bruh, the thing about him being on antidepressants is that Bill Burr like literally put him in a corner in his own show, and I kind of find it like it's just like a weird thing that he got to him so bad, and he basically like stole his show, and like Ethan was the guest at that point, and it made Ethan like it messed up his ego, and that kind of made him go on antidepressants. Can you imagine?
I am so tired, unironically, of people who like take the internet so seriously. Like, I'm not making fun of Ethan at a family like get together. I'm trying to like joke around on the internet. At the end of the day, I don't hate Ethan. At the end of the day, people get fat. At the end of the day, You know, people take antidepressants.
Yeah, honestly, I don't really like to go like after looks like that. I do have a problem that he decides to attack people. Ethan, I'm speaking about Ethan. He decides to attack people based on their looks when he runs out of arguments. But like, come on, dude, it's just like you're just like spewing at the mirror at that point.
I'm allowed to make fun of him. He's not a little baby. He's a grown man.
Dude, I'm trying to find his
And he can do the same
clothes.
shit to me too. I'm sure Ethan's been called fat like a million times. Like, he's a comedian! Let me be funny, or at least attempt.
A Teddy Fresh shirt, bottom, an original vintage shirt, a bear.
I cannot imagine what is going through Ethan's head while watching this. It's like exposing yourself on stream, dude. Like, he's just looking at this and he's like, how the hell am I gonna talk myself out of this one? The bears are just so small. Are they the same bears? Oh my god, it is the same bear. Oh my god. The blue bear and the blue bear?
Bro, the fact they had to take from Etsy artists, God.
The panda and the panda? They're almost in the same position. Wait, this panda is in the top, is like... The blue bear is in the bottom right of the panda, and here, the blue bear is in the bottom right of the panda.
I don't see it in the store. Did they take it down? Wow, I think they took it down.
The same. Wait, and oh no, that's fucked up. An Etsy store? An Etsy store. You know how many starving artists are on Etsy?
A
just
bunch.
trying to like fucking make some money.
Bro, Etsy artists got like so many fire goth like attire. Like sometimes I get stuff from there. It's like really cool things. Like I think they deserve more love.
Money off their hobby or whatever? No. That now with like the fucking video game, like with the fucking video game bear design and the fucking dino from 1992, like whatever, you know, whatever. I don't really care morally. But this? No way, bro. An Etsy creator? That's like... I think that one's fucked. That's fucked, bro.
I think he's so bitter and jealous about Teddy Fresh because it's successful in its own right, and there's really nothing shady going on with Teddy Fresh, and he's so desperate to hurt me in any way he can. He tried lying about me. He's tried ruining my YouTube channel. That hasn't worked. So he's now going after my wife and her company. And, like, he didn't post this on YouTube, just Snapchat. Don't you find that interesting?
Ethan follows Keemstar like a hawk. He already knows that Keemstar hasn't posted on YouTube for the past 3 weeks. He's already said that. They have to know that Keemstar is switching exclusively to Snapchat, and this is just a continuation of that. It has nothing to do with H3 in particular. This is so bad faith. In the end, it doesn't really matter, but I feel like they're intentionally omitting information in order to make it look like Keemstar has a bigger vendetta against Ethan than he actually does. And don't get me wrong, Keemstar has a big vendetta against Ethan, but I think Ethan's trying to make it seem more ridiculous than it is by omitting information like that.
And each collection, each month, we drop a lot of clothes. I mean, we have a lot of designers. We have like, again, there's like about 40 people there, full-time employees.
Wait, there's a lot of designers. So is he saying that these like copies are a result of not Ela and H3 themselves, although it should have went through, you know, and been double-checked, I guess, before like being published, but he's saying it's like the designer's fault, like the employees they hired. Is he shifting blame?
Potentially, he personally was not aware, although that is very questionable too, but let's say that it was not, someone on his team was, but it doesn't matter. I mean, ultimately, it's his responsibility.
Yeah, that's the thing he keeps skirting around. It's like, oh, my designers did it. But, like, it's your company. The one hilarious thing that they're trying to get us on is, like, sometimes designers just license graphics because it's really hard to create custom graphics all the time, and it's very normal for clothing brands, streetwear brands to license an image.
So he's admitting he copied it. Then why? Wait, wait. What? Wait. So he's saying all this shit like...
And the fact he sells it like for like $100+ $100 is ridiculous.
Keemstar's only bringing this up on Snapchat to get me another strike on my channel, and Keemstar's only bringing this up to go after my wife and do anything he can to go after me. And then he admits that he got it licensed from the example that Salvo showed. So he's admitting that there is something there. Then instead of trying to like expose Keemstar for reporting the story, why don't you just clarify it? 14 minutes in and you finally clarify why it's the same? What? Also, if you have the licenses for them, show the licenses. Is there any like legal issue with them showing the license on stream? Show the licenses then, you know? I'm not doubting you, but like if you want to, well, your doubters like Salvo and Keemstar and whoever else, you know, just like this video, show them, I guess.
And start from that.
The experiences we never forget come from the choices we make. The Wagoneer. Or the Grand Wagoneer. Grand Adventures. The choice is yours.
Look at my fudge stripes. Baked with rich chocolatey Keebler fudge.
Start from that. That must have been like a 10-minute job, bro. The designers, they did almost zero work on this. I could have done this shit. I don't even design shit, and I could have taken that and been like...
Bro, that looks like something I would just like Photoshop, cut out, and like switch up the colors a bit and call it a day.
And like...
That just looks like a YouTube thumbnail.
Mixed it up and made the Teddy Fresh version, you know?
They're so desperate again to try to fuck with my life. Dude, it's a licensed graphic, you fucking idiot. It's just not that deep.
Then why did it take 15 minutes for you to say that? He says it's not that big of a deal. Then why is he making a 30-minute response to it if it's not that big of a deal? If it's so obvious that it was licensed, like, this is obvious, dude. Like, Keemstar's just stretching at things just so he can get a dig at me because it's so obvious that it's licensed. It's so obvious. Then why are you bringing it up on the stream? Why are you like, oh, I have to respond to this? These are serious accusations. With how he's painting it, the equivalent, you know, in Ethan's mind for how he's painting Keemstar is like, you're an adult and a kid walks up to you and calls you a poo-poo face. And you're like, oh my god, I have to address this! Oh my god, like, it's so obvious I'm not a poo-poo face, duh. But no, I have to address this. I have to make a 30-minute address of this crazy claim that I'm a poo-poo face. Like, if it's not that big of a deal, then why did you even cover? He's shooting himself in the foot. I'm just baffled. I'm baffled. Even his own fans are turning on him. That's why I had to make this stream. I'm just so like, what did I miss? How did he mentally degrade that much ever since I made my last video on him? Like, what is going on? I thought he was already at rock bottom. What's going on? Jeez.
He's trying to like aim lower. I have like no idea how you could aim lower, but he made it possible. Oh my god. Dude, yesterday's stream was fun. Like that Shadow the Hedgehog. Oh man.
Jesus, he needs more antidepressants. Ethan's doctor must be working overtime, dude. You need to prescribe him some more shit, cause like, what is going on? He's in La La Land.
He completely ripped that off. Oh my god, you guys, this is crazy. Are they just stealing it?
What the hell?
This is nuts. Is he stealing designs? Breaking, the happy face is clearly the same. Keemstar, we need an answer from you.
Yup, comparing these two smiley faces is just as ludicrous as comparing these two bears with the same overalls background, heart on the overalls hat. None of his employees are laughing. Wait, you're paying them to laugh track, laugh. Why aren't the employees laughing? This joke.
Don't worry, I got the laugh track. I think it's this one. No. Hold on, that's the wrong one. It'll finish. Hold on. Bro, how long is this? Okay, there we go.
Would actually be pretty funny if, like, they were actually stretching. Okay, Well, you know, that's stretching in a different way. I mean, like this. If Salvo was actually, like, really stretching with like, the design differences, like, let's say one didn't have a cap or one didn't have a heart on the overalls or whatever, there's a couple similarities knocked off, the joke would be funny, but it just seems like cope. Like, Ethan makes that joke and then sees that the comparison isn't even
It's straight up
close, and then you
copium,
look at
bro.
his face, he's just like, oh, I hope people, like, believe me when I say that this isn't that much of a ripoff.
This is a licensed image, but honestly, it's so different too. Like, even making the accusation is kind of insane. It may not even be a licensed image. I don't know.
What? Wait.
This is a licensed image.
Huh?
This is a licensed image. 5 seconds ahead.
It may not even be a licensed image.
What? Imagine self-snitching.
What? You're the owner of the company! Wait, what? How do you not know if it's licensed or not? Wait, what? Wait, you're guessing? You're trying to, like, defend yourself from these, like, heavy accusations and you're just guessing if it's licensed or not? Wait, what? Wait, what? In the same 5 seconds, what am I listening to? Dude, like, how dumb do you... I swear in, like, 2016, commentators were not this fucking blatantly stupid to the point where they are contradicting themselves within 5 seconds of each other. Like, what is happening? This man's brain is, like,
dude.
devolving. I swear, bro. What's going on?
And this is completely different.
Truthfully, I think Ethan never has been able to kind of handle the internet life because he's always contradicting himself now. Like we saw in the Sunny V2 video, like since he started getting like sucked up into the podcast, like, oh man, it's just like a battle with yourself at that point.
Believe some of the denialism that I was saying.
Let's just have a reality check right now, alright?
It's time to break up with your basic cleanser and get with Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Cleansing Gel. It's got a lightweight foaming formula.
This is a fucking completely different image.
And this is completely different.
The bear's from a completely different angle.
It's hard to tell. Yeah, you're
Bro,
right.
why are they trying to defend him so bad?
Yeah, but even,
They're like, please don't fire me.
it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm
You know, we could just make it so, like, the
Yo, Savage Mac,
Bears
you gotta Photoshop this. I want to see what you could do with that.
you know, it's like cut off a little bit. We can, like, you know, pay our artists like $100K a year just to add a little like stub to it. You know, make it so like you can't kind of see.
They're actually using a licensed image on the front of their video game, but we actually changed it quite a bit.
You changed it quite a bit, dude. You can even still see the water. The water effect is still there. Dude, the water is still there. This isn't even about water. It's like flaming, and you can still see the water here. No way! You can still see the water right here, and then here. Even though this is flames in the background. It doesn't even make thematic sense. Dude, they changed this so much. Like, honestly, like, it's so different from the original. Like, honestly, like, you know, it's pretty much not even the same. Just takes, like, quite a while to kind of get the design just perfectly right, you know, draw out the bear from scratch.
Yeah, you just like switch up the filter. You had like that one negative filter. Let me see. Like the photo negative one. Hold on, guys. Like you just get something like that, and you just like copy it over like the bear.
And just really kind of have a good product on your hand. That's why they only hire like the top tier people.
The
over
top
at
G's.
Stretch. due to, you know, how hard it is to kind of create these types of t-shirts, you know? So, yeah. I hope you like this new design that I made. It's like...
Oh, that should be like he should sell that as a bootleg. Oh, you could imagine just like selling that on a t-shirt. Like you're straight up at that point you're just like those high-end fashion designers.
It took a really long time, and I think I should be paid a lot. I'm a Teddy Fresh designer! Let's go! Let's go! Dude, what? No way it was that easy to make a Teddy Fresh shirt. Oh, that's a cope laugh.
Ladies and gentlemen.
There's no way. That's a cope laugh. I do fake laughs for Twitter verses, like, ha ha ha! You know, I do that shit. That's a cope laugh. That is 100% a cope laugh.
And it's the same shirt as a PS3 bear. I can't believe
He's
it.
in cope mode. He's in full cope mode.
Popey,
norms in the industry that everybody knows.
Yeah,
And,
it's
like,
normal.
When you're outside, like Keepstar, that's like looking
Yeah, it's
at everything we do under a microscope.
Yeah.
These things.
A microscope. Yeah. Dude, you need a fucking, like, scientific class microscope to see the similarities in this. Like, what? Like, it's completely different. Like, why are you nitpicking this? Like, what? Like, you need a microscope to see this shit, dude. Oh my god. Dude, you need a dude, what? This doesn't look the same at all. It's just two bears, dude. There's no similarity at all. You need like a PhD microscope and like design to figure this out. Is he like retarded? Is he honestly like just mentally ill?
I've heard that Supreme, they have a massive warehouse full of vintage clothes, and when they're going to design, they basically just walk through and like pick out vintage items and basically just rip it off, more or less.
Wait! He literally just admitted to ripping off design. He literally just admitted it. He's like, everybody in the industry does this. You know, Supreme literally rips off their merch. Okay. And then you're saying you're doing the same thing everyone
That's a Snell snitch if I've seen one.
else in the industry does. Therefore, you're admitting to ripping off the merch. Therefore, the criticism that Keemstar is levying against you is valid. Therefore, everything you just said up into this 21-minute mark is null and void. He exposes himself, bro. Why do you even address this, man? You're so dumb. But yeah, like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, with like, you know, the Dino shirts and, you know, even like the video game art shirt and stuff, I don't really see that much harm in it. What really actually bothers me is the Etsy shit.
To a dino design from a sewing book on the top, and on the bottom, a Teddy Fresh sweater. And apparently Ethan Klein even admitted that this was stolen by, you know, an employee that they fired. But the thread keeps...
Is he trying to be like, you know, an employee, trying to make it seem like it was us? He's like, you know, an employee.
But I love that he thinks that if he personally didn't know about the hoodie, then it's fine. It's like, no, you run a company. Your employees maybe stole the design and you didn't know, but it's still your product. I'm still going to talk to you. I'm not going to go talk to one of your employees.
I mean, first of all, I don't ever suspect that he did steal it. I think someone on his team did.
It doesn't matter, James. It's still your product.
To be honest, I can't tell what's going on here, if it's the same or not.
It is the same.
But I will say
I checked.
about this one.
Like, look, the panda and the blue bear is like to the right diagonal. Panda, blue bear. You know, this bear with the present under the panda, this bear with the present under the panda. To the left, we have the pink bear. On the other panda, we have the pink bear. It's literally the same bears in the same pattern. You can't chalk this up to coincidence. You literally can't. It's the same positioning, the same type of bears. There's so many variety of bears. It could be any other different position, any other type of bears. It's literally the exact same. Literally.
Again, I can't tell if it's
How can you not tell? Are you blind?
the same. It's possible that it's a fabric that we bought, but it's also possible. The thing is, like,
So you just slapped a fabric on a shirt and like sold it and called it a day? Like, how lazy are you with your shit, man?
there is an industry standard for when you buy really, really old vintage stuff that's like a one-off that like doesn't exist anywhere and it's years old.
Public domain.
It is there is like a weird thing. But people,
How do you not know for sure? Wouldn't you like have all your legalities like tied up? Like I don't know why he's denying that it doesn't look the same. Like the first thing he says is like I don't even know if it looks the same. And then like once he realizes it looks the same, he doesn't admit that it looks the same. He's like, oh well, you know, it could be the same vintage design. Like he's literally making shit up on the fly. He should know this shit, or at least Ela should know this shit. Maybe this would have been like a better thing for Ela to come on and discuss because I don't know how much Ethan is involved in Teddy Fresh, but I know like.
Dude, whenever Ethan talks, it just
you shouldn't copy it directly.
he doesn't know how to discuss these things.
Shouldn't do that.
You shouldn't do that. That's what it is right there on the screen. You shouldn't copy it directly. That's what's on the screen right now. It's a direct copy. What? Wait, it literally is a direct copy if you look at all the bears, as I said earlier, and the positioning. This is... What?
Copy it directly, though. I mean, that's obviously... Shouldn't do that. I can't tell, though.
Then why did you do it?
No, I can't see the... I can't even tell if they're
Zoom
identical
in! Zoom in! What are you doing, Jack? What are you made this...
But I'm also coping hard, don't worry.
It may have been the same fabric, or it may have just been a vintage piece. I don't know.
Same thing! I'm noticing a pattern here, people. And speaking about patterns,
If it was the same, why didn't you get a closer pick? You could, you know...
Why don't you zoom in, dumb motherfucker? Why don't you fucking check your designs before you post them, before you sell them? What?
I mean, this is a fucking fabric, you moron. We bought the same fabric, you dumb disease brain.
Oh, by the way, I'm also looking at Etsy. Like, I was saying they have some fire goth stuff. I want to see if I could find some stuff.
Fucking idiot.
You can tell he's mad with all those adjectives.
I mean, seriously, this one, I will admit, is a little too close for comfort. I don't know what happened.
Dude. I mean, the sleeves... Yeah, I could get, like the sleeves actually have the flames, but, like, the whole kind of torso part... Dude, come on.
Oh my god. That's where he draws the line? Every example, they're just trying so hard to grasp at something that makes Ethan look right. Like, no, wait, no, it's public domain. No, wait, no, it's the design. No, oh. And here they just ran out of excuses, bro.
Recognize that sweater. It's a Prada sweater with the flames. I mean, this one's on a hoodie.
It's on a hoodie,
I mean,
it's different.
this one's a little sus, I agree. I'm not sure what happened here. I have to address these things before they snowball. And that's what happened when he accused me of stealing money for our first lawsuit. I just ignored. I was trying not to talk about Keemstar at all. And it actually almost ruined my life, which is kind of crazy.
Okay, that's a fair reason to want to respond to this. I'd say that's a fair reason. Knowing, like, all the history behind that. Because if Ethan would have addressed the FUPA stuff right away, he wouldn't have had the issues he had during that. And to clarify from what I said on my stream, I don't think it was unfair of Keemstar to ask Ethan about the questions regarding FUPA, but Ethan not having a clear-cut, publicly available answer for Keemstar and anyone else who had questions about that fund did end up causing him a lot of damage. So I suppose these Teddy Fresh copying allegations could pose a similar threat, although they are way more credible, as you can see by just looking at the comparison. But that's just my opinion. I would love to hear what you guys think in the comment section below. Hopefully those of you who are on Ethan's side...
Well, Savage Mac, let me see if I could screenshot it. This is what Savage Mac has to say. Where is it? Bro, why ain't that work? Hold on. Oh, my bad. Damn, I can't even get this screen. Oh, wait. This is basically what he has to say about it. Goodness sake, man. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. It looks pretty obvious. Give one up for Ethan, I guess.
Keep it up. I'm proud of you. Keep it up. Proud of you.
Yeah, I don't know, bruh. It's just like kind of weird. So what can I really say? I know, like, I kind of like showed like the negative side of Ethan, but that's pretty much what is like shown nowadays. Like, dude is like hella bitter. And you know, with the squad, I discussed how we used to watch him religiously. Well, I can't really speak for them, but I used to like binge watch like all the reaction videos and stuff like that. And just seeing him fall from grace, you know, it just hits different. It's like, damn. Like I said, I'm still coping. I'm on some copium. Because, God, this is crazy. Yeah, this comment is... This is the one, like, I agree with. Obviously, chat, is not in favor of him, too. So it's kind of hard to kind of say, like, part of me, like, even with his, you know, the podcast crew, sometimes they kind of like, when they went to like the Ace Festival, I think that was like a highlight because it was more of a positive light thing. And like, to where he is now, it's pretty ridiculous. Because I guess like the personality really comes more from like the rest of the crew, but at the same time they kind of like parade him to kind of like act up. I don't know, man. I'm just feeling conflicted. Damn, that was a longer stream than usual. Actually got more people too, and I didn't mean that to be like a clicky-baity kind of title, but I still kind of wanted to like talk about it. And yeah, it looks like the rest of the squad feels the same way because like they even follow up on like his bad takes. Wow. What a disappointment, dude. Like, he might have like the biggest growth in his stream, but like he's gonna eventually do something that, you know, he can't really like get his way out of. That's kind of how I see it, because he's trying to be somebody he's not really not, and he's forcing himself into. So yeah, we pretty much saw everything we had to see of him. I don't know if I should react to that like 2-hour documentary of his progression of his channel, because it's a really detailed video. I might sometime, but I just wanted this to kind of be like the intro. And yeah, like again, I'm sorry for it being too negative. I hate when it's like too negative, because I was trying to find some positives, but I guess that's like a product of it. I'm sorry. It's a product of its time now.